Where do I want to start? So our theme for today is monochromatic or pick a color. So I did a few examples last week that can kind of show you different ways you could approach that. Or another really radical way you could go about it. So hopefully you've got a few colors in front of you. If you don't, even black and white, like what I'm doing right now, I'm going to do all in Sharpies to be able to show a bunch of different ways to do things. If you're someone who likes to put a border on your page, it's nice to do that. Makes it look kind of finished and presentable, but it's also not something you have to do. You know, not everybody wants to do that. There's no particular shape we're working with today. We're just kind of doing what feels right and working on a color. So I hope everybody's got their materials. Hope everybody's feeling pretty good. I gotta say, I'm kind of sick right now, so I might be jumping off camera to blow my nose or This is the color wheel. You're probably all familiar with it, but if you're not, this is kind of the principle of what we're doing, or the foundation on what we're building. And you know, cool colors are on this side, warm colors are on this side. And a good thing to know, contrasting colors are the things that are opposite each other on this wheel. These are all very good thoughts to have for visual impact. You know, you can make an easy impact by sticking with colors in the same side of the wheel, or by jumping to colors on the other side of the wheel. Then we got another thing that we're going to cover that we didn't go over last week that's more useful for what we're doing this week. So this week we're going to try to work in a monochrome, or in a singular color. And so if maybe you've got a limited amount of art supplies available, a handy way to kind of expand what you can do with your colors is knowing about tints, your color plus white, and shades, your color plus black. So that can kind of expand the range you've got, even if you don't have a dozen red pencil crayons. But I wanted to say, if you don't get your drawing done in the 40 minutes that we're on here, don't be surprised. Absolutely every one of these took me like an hour and a half. So I just kind of wanted to give you something to get started on. And then if you have something to do afterwards, that's great. It's kind of the whole point of this is to have something fun to do. So this week's draw is definitely a bit less structured than last week's. You know, I just gave you a color to work on. And I'm really excited to see what everybody pulls out of this, because I think they're all going to be really different. And seeing the different stuff that people come up with the prompts, that's pretty much my favorite part about doing this. You know, it's really inspiring, and you guys think of stuff that I wouldn't have thought of. Hey, Wit, Cheryl's who's here also keeps chickens and is quite good at hatching them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've touched a few. Yes. Hi, Darlene. You're sideways.
Crazy thing happened with my eggs today.
Oh.
I got a purple egg from one of my new pullets. And when
Nice.
I brought it inside, it turned brown in the heat. Like when it got to room temp, it turned brown.
Oh, weird.
Okay.
It was so wild. It was so cool. It's like still kind of like purpley, but it changed so dramatically. It's like, I don't know what its deal is. It's like a mood egg or something.
Well, it'll be the humidity. Because it'll be the bloom on the outside was what made it purple, the white coating over the dark egg color. And so when you go inside, it gets moist, and you'd be able to see through it and see.
Oh, right, like the condensation. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I love purple eggs, or pink eggs, or green eggs, or blue eggs.
Yeah, I've been trying to interbreed my Moran with some of my Erucons, and I got a gray egg. I was expecting like army green, and I got gray. It's like the most boring egg color.
I like the gray. Again, that's a bloom though. If you wash that off, it's going to be green underneath.
Yeah, I don't wash them. I just leave them in a basket.
Yeah, me too. I like them. And
Doesn't it leave the bloom on and then they last longer?
Yeah,
they stay fresh a lot longer if you leave the bloom on.
Hi, welcome.
Cool.
This is art and chickens. Hangout, please.
Well, I mean, it's a hangout,
into
right?
it.
So it doesn't have to be restricted to art talk. And if chickens are what we got in common, let's talk about chickens.
I was like super stoked. I was gonna pick that purple to be my color, and then it turned brown. I'm like, well, screw you. I'm just gonna pick a color then. Stupid egg. This what's this, like Conte, or what is this? They're like it's not chalk and it's not pastel.
Charcoal?
What are they called? It's not charcoal. It's like I haven't used it in forever, but I just found it and I was like, oh, I like it. It's earthy. And then I drew a border on my page, and then I was like, why don't in the border? So I'm doing this like border of like floral around this page, like in color, and then I'll eventually put something in the middle.
Cool.
But I'm using this like magazine as like kind of like the inspiration for it. And that's this here. And then so I'm just going around it, doing the flowers all pointing in, and eventually I'll put something
Myself, I'm doing a whale tail.
Ooh.
Like from the stencil from a door. It's big. It's like, I don't know, a meter. I'll show you, Morgan.
Yeah.
It's from the door and it's plywood. And then my color is turquoise.
Ooh.
Oh wow, cool.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, good.
John.
Well, I
Super
started yesterday. And Jeff's built like a trail leaving from her house.
What kind of shapes did you pick, Lorene?
I picked leaves because they're green
Yep.
and they're coming out of a woman's head, or it's actually a gender neutral head.
Very cool. Let's see. Oh, I
Cool.
like that. Yeah.
Wow.
But I had to mix in lots of blues and yellows to vary the green shapes. So
How's yours going, Cheryl?
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna do red and I ended up doing black. And I'm doing circles, I guess.
Does everybody want to kind of hold up and show how far they got today? I didn't get very far. Oh, I like,
cool.
yeah, I like yours. Yours looks like with that text at the start of medieval text, like the first letter.
Oh yeah, it's got a very manuscript feel. I like the leaves. They remind me of like really large print, like wallpaper or something like that, or like something you would see in a lanai,
Yeah,
like
the
on
lanai.
big bold like floral and leaf patterns, like palm leaves.
Yeah. Do you want to hold up again, Lorene? I didn't get a good look at that. Or no, sorry, Lorene, Darlene.
oh,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I like
look at
that.
that.
Mm.
Super cool. You feeling like sharing, Cheryl? Oh, I like it. Look at that.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Okay.
Man, doodling is so much fun. Ugh.
Right?
Put it up a bit higher, Cheryl. I can't see it. Oh, wow.
So next week we're gonna make polka dots. And what this is going to be building us up to is doing a repeating pattern. So one of the ways that we'll prep, and the way that this makes it easy, I don't know if you can all see, I put a grid on the page in pencil, and that might be the prep you want to do before next week. The grid lets you know where to place your polka dots, which can look really, really different depending on what you use. And then I'd say find a circle in your house that you can trace. Like this was a dime. This was a nickel. This was like some sort of like round toy that I have. This was the back end of my paintbrush. I feel like this one probably wasn't as effective, but I was trying ways to do little dots. And what we're going to be doing in 2 weeks is making a repeating pattern. And what we learned from these polka dots is how to place a pattern on a grid.